All right, welcome back to the Built to Grow podcast. I'm your host, Timothy James Lyons Jr. Also could be a third because my grandfather was also, my dad's grandfather was also Timothy James Lyons. So it skipped a generation. So I'm going with Junior, joined by Randy Angston. What's up, buddy?
One removed over there.
Yeah, third, maybe a fifth. I haven't done the ancestry or any of that stuff.
Wouldn't it be interesting?
I don't want the government to have my DNA.
Yeah. Tim was the shooter in the knoll. Wasn't born yet, but he was there.
They got me. They ID'd me. Yeah, man. So, all right. So let's get into this episode, guys. 2024 is upon us. We are here. It is time to decide, if you haven't already, what you want out of this year. And for me, like a couple years ago, I guess let's take it back to the beginning. It was all about gross revenue. Mm-hmm. And then it was all about member count. And it was all about, for a couple years there, it was like time, like how much time am I spending in the gym? So each year kind of focused on something. Over the last couple of years, it's been profit margin. This year, it's been simplification.
Boom.
From last year into this year's simplification. And by simplifying things, you end up getting all those other things too. You get time back, you get or more time, you get more revenue, net profits higher because you're better at fewer things. You're not the cheesecake factory system. So I'm going to share a couple things that we just did recently that I think you guys could adopt. But before we do that, let's talk about gyms that we normally work with. And when we pull back the curtain and we start working with gyms, a lot of times what we'll find, especially on the service offering side, is that there's just so much that they do. It's one-on-one, it's some large group it's classes, it's also some semi-private they tried to introduce, and they've got packages, and they've got 3, 6, and 12-month deals. They got frequency-based things. They got 2X, 3X unlimited. That's 3 month, 6 month, 12-month are open.
They'll sell sessions one-off.
They'll sell drop-ins. They'll sell one-off sessions. It's just too much.
And I think a lot of that comes from the fact that, like, even just who they serve, you know what I mean? Not just the membership options, things like that, but like they want to be. I can help anybody, and we've got a package that anybody. You can find a package for you type of thing. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, to the old adage, like more is not better, more is more. And a lot of times, just by having that many options, you're confusing the marketplace. Or you as a business or an individual, like you don't have an identity on who you serve and what you do. And I think to the point of this whole episode is just by throwing it all out there and making yourself kind of the jack of all trades type of situation, you are the master of none. And
it's true.
And that's really what I mean, obviously the simplification of the business, like when you know what you're good at, be the best damn, in that realm type of thing.
Sometimes it's hard to nail down one because, sure. I mean, let's be honest, trainers, the technicians probably can do a lot of, They can work with athletes or they can work with rehab or they can do large group training and they're great with that, but they could also slow it down to one-on-one. And so as a gym owner that's coming from the trainer side, you might be able to do a lot of different things for your gym. But to your point, master of none, confusing the marketplace.
One of the things I tell our clients all the time is just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Oh, yeah.
You're in that position, you're doing it. So sometimes you're not even thinking like, oh, is this hurting me? Is this hurting the business? Just because, you have the opportunity to go serve that person.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean, sometimes we don't see that we're breaking a million things to make one thing happen or changing, so much of the business just to make this one opportunity possible.
I think the coming of age, the maturity, like tipping point is the day that a gym can turn somebody away because they don't fit in their model versus bending their services around getting that client because they need the money or et cetera. So, I mean, we turn down a lot of clients, not because we couldn't serve them, but
they're not the right client.
They're not the right client, or we could just see a bunch of red flags, or maybe it's outside of our scope because they do have like some severe injury or whatever. We may have to outsource that. But I know that Zach's many times hey, it doesn't sound like we're a good fit.
Sure.
And turns people away.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to protect the culture. He's trying to protect his coaches, because you put bad apple in there, it's going to tarnish everything, right? It's going to rot the whole bundle, right?
There you go.
And I've fired clients too that were members before. I've refunded people and sent them on their way, because if you don't do that, guys, by the time you hear about somebody's chattering or somebody's causing problems in your gym, it's been going on a long time.
Yeah. If you're finally hearing about it, everyone else has already heard about it.
Yeah. And most often when you do get rid of somebody, people thank you for it. So nobody wants to come in and deal with other people's BS when they're in here training. So let's talk about simplification for a second. So yeah, the Cheesecake Factory, the Bible of menu options, it's just not the best practice. What we've done, we've gone super simplified as far as our options go. We only offer unlimited open and unlimited annual. And what's the difference? So let's kind of take a step back. We only do semi-private training. We do 6 to 1. We train every hour on the hour from 5 a.m. until 7 at night. We do have a 12 o'clock, for team meetings and stuff that we don't train. We do podcasts and stuff with the team. And we're open Monday through Saturday, no Sundays. Saturday morning's a short day. That's our model. 6 to 1, like I said. We use semi-private pro for our programming. We have 4 coaches, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon shift. It's a block schedule. They're either 5 to noon or 1 to 8. That's those 2 shifts, and they're all full time. So they clock in, clock out, and that's our model. So far, pretty clean, right? If I'm being honest.
In the grand scheme of things, that's pretty simple.
Yep. Every hour on the hour, 5 days a week, plus the 6. There's a half day, 2 coaches morning, 2 in the afternoon, block scheduling. You're either a morning coach or an afternoon coach. And we have 2 options: unlimited open or unlimited annual. We bill weekly. Our unlimited open's $129. Our unlimited annual is $99. So what's the difference between the two? The open-ended, you can come and go, freeze, whatever you want to do on that one. There is a enrollment fee on that one. And then on the 99, there's no enrollment fee, but you can't freeze. As soon as you freeze or cancel, basically we terminate membership, come back, you have to sign up again. So we got rid of the twice a week. We got rid of the 3 days a week. We would rather have the mentality of the unlimited person in here, not counting sessions, but just it's there when they need it.
Yeah.
So those are the things that we simplified. Now, one of the major things we had to do was get rid of the freeze policy, because as of the year before, you could freeze that annual one up to 4 weeks a year. That was in our agreement. So what we decided to do this year, instead of raising rates, we could have raised rates and kept the freeze policy, or we just keep everybody's rates the same and got rid of the freeze policy. And well, Tim, why would you get rid of a freeze policy? Well, to the tune of $9,000 per month on average, we had on freeze last year.
That's a sting.
So it's 100 and what is that? 18,000, something like that. 6 figures in freeze that we didn't collect. Now that's substantial.
Yeah. I mean, that's almost 50% of what most gyms in this nation are making.
Yeah.
16,301, right? So at $9,000, that's a hell of a lot of revenue to just not collect. And the worst part is it's revenue that you should be earning. You know what I mean? It's not like a member you didn't have. It's somebody who's part of the damn business that's not coming and
because they're out of state or out of town or something.
If you're looking at even if you're doing, if you're forecasting for the year, projected revenues and things like that, you're expecting that $100,000 more than what you're actually going to end up with at the end of the year. So that's a big deal.
That's a big deal. And we wanted to, for the longest time, we knew we needed to be able to allow people to freeze because our clients travel. We've got 3 houses. It's just what they do. I get it. Summer is 158 degrees here. They're going to be up in Canada or Montana at their 4th house. I would too. Good for them, and I did.
We've got some podcasts from there.
So I don't blame anybody for not being here. Just as their lifestyle, they're out of town. But we needed to protect the business. And when we explained it in the way we did, we had people thanking us for not raising the rates, but getting rid of the freezes, and they're all on board. Sure. It's like overwhelmingly on board. Now, when the time comes to freeze, we'll see if they remember these conversations. Right.
But it's a benefit to them right now. But
on the open-ended one, it's a little bit more per month or per week and month, and they can freeze that one. If they know they're going to be freezing for 10, 12, 15 weeks a year, then they're just going to go on that one, freeze, unfreeze. That thing's so flexible. Anytime you want, give us a couple days notice, we'll just freeze your thing. And the other one, the annual, or the 99, I should say, that thing's not able to be frozen, but they get such a better deal all year round.
It's kind of like catering to the average. You know what I mean? Like, we know that there's going to be those clients, and you have an opportunity, you have something for them, but you're not doing it to everybody who, like the 80% of the clients that don't need that option. Perfect. Now the agreement's built around that. You know what I mean? But you also, it's not an all or nothing. You still have the option for those that do need that option, those that we know are going to be gone. Here, this is right for you. But it's not, you're not, crushing the business by putting everybody in that bucket.
Right.
When the majority of them aren't probably ever going to use it. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing we started this podcast with is not having a million options. Yeah. But you want to help all these people. What you're seeing here in the way we've done it is we don't have 5 different deliverables. We got one. We have semi-private, and the way that the agreements are I guess, created and designed, they can serve different types of folks.
Yep.
So the delivery, the systems, once they're in the gyms, identical.
Yep.
It's just the terms, the terms and conditions of the agreement. And for us, this is what we're thinking is going to cut our freezes in half. We think that we're going to take it from 9 down to 4,500, maybe keep 50 grand next year more than we lost, right?
Well, I mean, even to that point, how hard is it to go earn an extra 50 grand over a year? Just, come up with something or run that promotion or, raise the transaction value of how many people, like, this is a way of making that change in the business that
doesn't need any new clients.
And exactly, it doesn't require one more person. You know what I mean? And so that's a huge win in business. And to the point of the episode, sometimes it's not about, it's not usually about always adding one more thing or getting, more is not better, more is more. So I love the idea of just looking at the business and saying, all right, where's my opportunity for what I have? These are the cards that are already on the table. Yeah. How can I do more? How can I make more without adding anything more to the,
or really burdening the clients or charging them more, all these things. So like, that's the majority of what Zach and I do. A lot of times we'll see what it is. The data says this. Okay, what do we do and how do we combat this particular issue, which is our freezes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we positioned it in a way that clients really like it. We could have raised the rates and that would have offset but it burdens our clients more.
Yeah.
Most people they don't care about the freezes. We've had clients that have gone for months and never froze their accounts,
mm-hmm.
and they know they could, and they don't because hey, look,
there's just one more thing to think about,
or they don't, they'd rather support or whatever it is. We have those clients that definitely let us know they don't freeze as well to let us know, Bruce, that hey man, I'm not in town, I don't freeze my account, my dog.
Hey, I got you. Hey,
I just want to let you know, I wouldn't do that, right?
Merry Christmas.
She's that guy. That's fun. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. That's just not who I am. That's not who I am.
I hope he listens to this.
Yeah, he does.
I'm sure he does. Bruce is a boy, by the way. He's one of our buddies.
Oh man. So listen, guys. I mean, at the end of the day, 2024 for me, simplification. How do I streamline my operations? For you as your business, it might be how do I systematize things to get myself out of the operations? Maybe it's I'm just starting. I need to build my foundation to my base operating expenses are covered by recurring revenue. Like there's all these little steps in the game further down the road. Like, let's be honest, I'm not new in the game anymore. I'm 14, 15 years. I had all those other goals.
Yeah.
I had to get the recurring revenue to meet base operating expenses. I had to systematize things. Now we're over here simplifying things.
Yeah.
Optimization.
Sure.
Yeah. The business is where it's going to be. How do we squeeze a little bit more out of it? How do we streamline operations? How do I create redundancy in positions? So if one person's out, the backup's going up, not me coming down. Like all those things are top of mind. That's what I focus on. But you as a gym owner, look, there's 25 steps ahead of that.
Yeah.
If you need help with that stuff, we're really good at all of this.
Let's get you to optimization. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we could create the journey.
Absolutely.
We could create these little checkpoints of like kind of where I know what the first one is.
As far as the foundation, it's monthly recurring over your base operating expense.
That's the biggest milestone.
That was a test, by the way. If I didn't get that right, I'm looking for a new job.
Yeah. I know what the first one is. Do you? So listen, 24, the calendar turns, just like we talked about the New Year's resolutions. You as a business owner, you need to be focusing on what is this year going to look like? What is a win for me in 6 months? What is a win in 12 months? Where do I want to see this thing? Versus I just need more leads,
clients,
more leads,
yep.
more leads. That's not the right way, guys. Focus on all of what we talked about. Get your mind right. Go attack these goals and go crush it. If you need help doing this, is what we do in our coaching program, the Accelerator. Book a call with us, winninggym.com/call. I'd imagine it's in the show notes.
Oh, yes.
I would love to work with you. That's it. Go kill it this year, guys. That's it for this episode. Until next time, keep changing lives. We'll see you on the next show. Bye.
All right. And thank you for listening to that episode of the Built to Grow podcast, where we help gym owners win. Now, do you want to connect with me and other gym owners online? All you need to do is join our private Facebook group, Business Talk with Fitness Professionals. Just head on over to Facebook and type in Business Talk with Fitness Professionals. And when you do, we're going to give you our 10 marketing strategies 7-figure gym owners use to win. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Until then, keep building something great.